Hi, welcome to fifth episode on YouTube. No, sixth episode on YouTube. And first episode because Ekta said so on Spotify. We are going to put this on Spotify now because I think now we are trained to talk better. So that will really help our audience engage. What do you think, Ekta?
Yeah, so first of all, hi, because people I'm guessing have not seen the YouTube channel before this. So this is Ekta and Sanika, and we're 24 and 23, and we're doing this podcast because we are super busy and we want to find out a way to talk to each other and update each other about our life. So this is like a little unfiltered conversation that we both have, and we're just recording it, in hope that we're going to have like 500,000 listeners. So um, what was I going to say? The
Uh,
previous episodes are on YouTube, and this is the first episode that we're going to put in just an audio format because on YouTube, like we make expressions and we laugh and we show each other things like my dog and stuff, and then that will kind of bore the audience who's just like listening to it. So we have decided that this is the first episode we're going to put on just like the audio podcast, and then we're going to try to keep the gaps to a minimal and the not the facial expressions to a minimal, but also focus on um how this will be for people who are just listening. The end.
hmm.
Not of the podcast of what I was saying.
By the way, you put a story on your social media yesterday saying that I have been having the craziest days and in a good way. And then you said we need to talk. And then you did not talk. And I was looking at, like, I was
No,
waiting.
I said the next story.
No, there is no next story. For 5 hours, there was no next story.
Like I want to talk about something, right? And I was talking about complete and balanced food. There is the next story on it. What are you saying?
No, no, that you made. The complete and balanced food wala story ka pura thing you made. But you did not make the what crazy thing has been happening in your life
But
story.
I'm not going to tell that.
You wrote that crazy thing is happening and I'm very happy and I'm going to talk about it and you did not talk about it.
I did not say I'm going to talk about it. I've said I would like to talk about something.
Uh, you left me on a cliffhanger.
No, I'll tell you what. So I said that I have been having like a crazy week. And then I said I'm going back to Pune from Mumbai. I'm on my way. And I would like to talk to you about something. And then I talked about the complete and balanced diet in the next story.
But I was waiting for crazy week.
Yeah, but like I will not tell my crazy week thing to my entire clientele, no?
Ah, okay.
But no,
What
this
was
was
your crazy week?
no, first listen to something that triggered me. Not triggered me, I just want to rant about. Okay, I've already ranted about it, but I want to rant again. Okay, so this like sort of famous nutritionist, okay, who was really nice that I feel like I liked her in the beginning and like I should look up to her, Joby. I feel like all of these people that I'm looking up to in my field are either becoming like they're becoming extreme wale sides. So okay, I'm a canine nutritionist, canine and feline nutritionist. So basically just nutritionist because the same principles apply. So there's this school of thought that people have that everything natural is good. Like only natural. Like you don't want to give anything that sounds like a chemical that is synthetic. Now the first argument for this is bro, H2O water, it's a compound. Not everything is that sounds like a compound is bad. Then they're like nahi matlab tum supplements nahi de sakte, like you should not give vitamin E because like wolves and our ancestors they never ate these things. They used to just eat whatever on the road and grass and jobi, and they used to eat raw food and they were fine. Now the thing is they were not fine. They used to die of starvation, they used to die of malnourishment, they used to die of diseases. So they were not fine. And then there's this other extreme end who's like scientific. Of course they have like the base where like we need to look at papers, we need to look at advancements, we need to look at blah blah blah. But they go a little crazy because they become anti-natural. So obviously unprocessed foods are okay, right? Are good, right? Like in general, like eating fresh food and unprocessed food is a good thing. but these people will just be like, they'll make fun of everything else, and they'll just, I don't know, there's just extremism. Like तुम either raw food दो, नहीं तो तुम dry processed kibble दो, but cooked food भी तो दे सकते हो ना, which is like the kind of. So yeah, and people on Instagram, once they start posting on Instagram, they just as a get into that posting high, and they get comments and engagement when they put out like this extremism content, right?
Hmm.
So just there are no balanced opinions, and you know, when I try to put out a balanced opinion, I don't get any response. I have to make like a hook or like some, so
Yeah,
annoying.
it is annoying. Actually, when you say extreme things on Instagram, you get so much engagement. Mm. Means nowadays I have also started starting my reels like this might be a controversial opinion, but and then I say such normal shit like things which are very neutral like that, but I start like that so that people think, oh, controversy, and then they watch.
Yeah, but I think मतलब ठीक है, at least hook के लिए use करना is okay because you need to stop the scroll and you want people to, but then the actual content should not be controversial is not a problem. My problem is with the extreme,
Extremism. Yeah,
and I'm having no open mind. Like there's a possibility that this works for you and it doesn't work for someone. And the pseudoscience community, dude. Like this one person, okay, posted, like, what is your dog's element? And I was like, means what? Like, what do you mean, what is your dog's element? And then in the next story, some person says, my dog's element is wood. And then she's like, oh, then you should look at liver and gallbladder. What? This is like some astrology, not like, what are you saying? And then they're like, you should find out your dog's element. And उसके हिसाब से seasons होते हैं. My dog is made of organic compounds like skin and bones and cells. What do you mean? What do you, dude? And then this person's masterclass was like sold out.
wow.
Like I think people just want all of these things, you know, like people want to believe, or we will want this to be a thing, like because it's fun to read, no, like even I want to see what element my dog is, and then I will be like, oh, what chroma. See, even she disagrees with it, like despite being a dog, even she's like, this is what I say. And I want to keep an open mind, okay, like I can't be hypocritical, right? So I will keep an open mind, but you give me some research, you do a double blind trial where you see that if these dogs whom you think have these elements have these things, you do it. Now what is the problem? तुमको वो भी नहीं करना है, but तुम चाहते हो कि लोग तुम पे फेथ ले, और मेरा प्रॉब्लम है कि मेरे क्लाइंट्स फेथ ले रहे हैं.
Your business is getting affected.
Actually no, because I mean it's not really nutrition what she's doing. Like she's just like, she'll tell them that you have a liver problem, and then they'll come to me, and then I for a diet chart for a liver problem, and I'll say your dog doesn't have a liver problem. And instead of believing me, who's telling them that their healthy dog with the healthy blood values and no symptoms is healthy, they will not believe. And then they will. I was also seeing this on Instagram that there are people who, there are like ethical doctors, right, who won't overprescribe medications and things like that. And then people will go to them, and people will get upset if they don't prescribe medications. And then they'll criticize the doctor कि आपको कुछ आता नहीं है क्योंकि आप क्यों नहीं दवाई दे रहे हो. And the doctor's like, you're fine. But like the same thing, you write some bakwas medicines and give, they'll be all okay. Yeah, okay, this is a good doctor because he's giving medications.
Right, yeah. Because something in return should give, na? After taking the consultation, after paying 2,000 rupees, something I should get in return. Nahi to, I will not feel
This
good
is
about
not enough return. Okay, you're healthy and you don't have to worry. Like I think, but anyway,
it.
how was your week?
I also have a rant. So,
Tell.
there was this PhD consultant company. I got in touch with them because one of my friend got into Penn State University with
Oh
them.
wow. Okay.
So I got in touch with them because I want to apply to US for PhD. And they got me in touch with one counselor who has done PhD in physics from SPPU. And then he started talking to me about CV alignment and stuff. And he started talking about how other things that I had written in my CV about psychodidi or any internship, any clinical posting, clinical psychology ka MPhil ka work, all of that was absolutely irrelevant. And what was the only thing that was relevant was my dissertations. I need to have paper publications, and only research stuff was relevant. Then I told him that, see, sir, with all due respect, in clinical psychology PhDs, how much I have done research, there is two things that are important. There is your clinical postings, and then there is the thesis or dissertation that you do. And for them to know that I have around 2,400 hours of clinical posting done already in India, I think that will be very beneficial for me. And I think that, and then, he had the audacity to say, no, no, this practice come research things are very rare. You rarely will get that. Only research thing is there. So I said, no,
मतलब?
sir. अरे क्लिनिकल साइड के पीएचडी ना रिसर्च प्लस प्रैक्टिस, क्लिनिकल प्रैक्टिस ऐसा होता है, जैसे एमफिल होता है वैसा ही होता है।
Correct. Okay.
पर उन लोगों को आदत है कि पीएचडी मतलब सिर्फ थीसिस होता है, सिर्फ डेजर्टेशन।
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
he was asking me to make my CV according to that only and chuck out all the like practice-based things I had written on my CV. And then I said, no, sir, it does not work like that. मतलब यहाँ पे क्लिनिकल साइड के पीएचडी में नेसेसरी होता है ये सब बात करना, एंड आई थिंक दिस इज लाइक अ बेनिफिशियल थिंग। तो फिर उन्होंने कहा कि प्रैक्टिस वाला पीएचडी बहुत कम मिलता है, ऐसा रेयरली होता है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है। तो मैंने बोला, सर, आई कैन गिव यू 15 प्रोग्राम शॉर्टलिस्ट दैट आई हैव मेड, जिसमें क्लिनिकल साइड का प्रैक्टिस प्लस डिसर्टेशन ऐसा ही पीएचडी होता है, क्योंकि प्रैक्टिस ही करना पड़ता है जब तुमको अगर काम करना है तो देन ही स्टार्टेड अंडरमाइनिंग। फिर उसके बाद मैंने उनको बोला, मैंने वो कंपनी को बोला दैट आई डोंट वांट टू वर्क विद यू। फिर दे सेड दे विल गिव रिफंड एंड फकिंग 1 लाख रुपीज दे हैड एज देयर फी, ठीक है। तो मैंने 40,000 रुपये पहले इंस्टॉलमेंट में भरे। तो दे सेड दे विल गिव रिफंड, अभी देंगे नहीं देंगे क्या पता, अप्रैल में देंगे। नाउ दे ओनली हैड अ काउंसलर, हर नेम इज अंकिता, ओके। And I should not take names, but
Yeah, we should not take names.
yes, no, I have not told her full name, so I think it's
We
okay.
will beep it.
Okay. So this lady, she is a psychologist, and she only has helped the Ansh to get into Penn State University. ठीक है। तो called her, and because I got her reference, she also works in same company. I told her, "Will you become my counselor?" Then she said that the company is not allowing counselor change, but I can do it personally. So I said, "Okay, do it personally." And then I sent her my CV. And then she said, Psycho Didi, you should put in hobbies because it is an extracurricular that you are doing. You're just doing content creation in it. And content creation, like running YouTube channel and Instagram, it does not count as work experience. So you should put that in hobbies. Okay. And then she sent us sample CV of a lady that she got that lady into US university. और भाई ये लड़की मतलब she has done observership, okay. um she just looked at one psychologist taking case history and doing assessments and doing therapy. It is observership. She has done two like that. She wrote that as psychology intern. In her work experience, she has written observership as psychology intern. One sentence of her CV is so funny. She was just there standing in the ward. That she has written in attended the sessions of very igniting discussions about patients' well-being with the consultant psychiatrist। ऐसा एकदम लिंक्डइन लैंग्वेज में इतना बड़ा चढ़ा के लिखा है डूड। और एक तो एकदम बकवास, मतलब शी हैज डन अ कोर्स where in psychology कोर्स के नाम पे इंटर्नशिप बेचते, मतलब सिखाएंगे तुमको, they will do theory things, but they will tell it is an internship because they will make you do some role play shit so that you have some मतलब ऐसे अभी प्रैक्टिकल ये डाल दिया तुम्हारे इसमें, ऐसे करके इंटर्नशिप कर देते। दैट कोर्स ऑल्सो शी रोट ए साइकोलॉजी इंटर्न, और इतना सारा उसने वर्क एक्सपीरियंस बताया है जो कुछ भी नहीं है, देयर इज नो वर्क शी हैज डन इन इट। वो बस थी वहां पे, हर प्रेजेंस वाज देयर। मुझे इतना गुस्सा है, मैंने तो मेरे टेस्ट का फील्ड वर्क भी वर्क एक्सपीरियंस ने बताया डूड, क्योंकि वो फील्ड वर्क है, वो कोर्स का पार्ट है, इट इज नॉट वर्क एक्सपीरियंस। एंड देन आई टोल्ड,
हम्म।
मैम ये रजिस्टर्ड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, मेरे साथ 23 लोग काम करते हैं, मैं हर एक को पे करती हूँ। उसने इतना ट्रिवियलाइज किया वो हर चीज को। वो कहती है ये सब चीज कोई काम का नहीं है, तुम्हारा रिसर्च टॉपिक्स फिक्स चाहिए, तुमको लिटरेचर रिव्यू करना है, तुम्हारा प्रपोजल बनाओ, तुमको तो कोई क्लैरिटी नहीं है, फिर तुमको कोई भी यूनिवर्सिटी क्यों लेगा वगैरह। एंड द सैम्पल सीवी शी हैज सेंड मी, शी इज इतना तारीफ कर रही हो जया के बारे में। और उसने उसने कहाँ से किया है बैचलर्स, सम सेंट सम यूनिवर्सिटी, मेरे को नाम भी नहीं पता, ठीक है। मास्टर्स जहाँ से किया उसका भी मेरे को नाम नहीं पता। मॉन्टफोर्ट में बस 1 साल का डिप्लोमा किया है, मॉन्टफोर्ट मेरे को पता है बिकॉज आई पुट स्टूडेंट्स देयर। एंड आफ्टर दैट ऑल द थिंग्स दैट शी हैज डन, none of them I know from where she has done। सब उसके होम टाउन से है, and all of them are, मतलब there is no real work experience, all of it is ऐसे जानबूझ के डाला गया। रिसर्च एक्सपीरियंस में लिखा है अंडर ग्रेजुएट थीसिस को लिखा है अंडर ग्रेजुएट रिसर्चर, फिर मास्टर्स थीसिस के वहां लिखा है ग्रेजुएट रिसर्चर, और फिर वो थीसिस को एक्सप्लेन किया। एंड आई आई कैन कॉल बुलशिट ऑन दिस एकदम 1 मिनट में मैं अगर होती एडमिशंस कमेटी में और मैं देखती कि उसने कोर्स को इंटर्नशिप करके लिखा है, वहीं पे मेरा दिमाग सटक जाता। कौन है ये यूएस वाली यूनिवर्सिटी के लोग जो ऐसे लोगों को एक्सेप्ट करे, ऐसे लोगों को एक्सेप्ट करे तो मेरे
But
को।
she got into Penn State or she got into some random university?
आई डोंट नो, Dian's got into Penn State, she didn't get into Penn State।
Give me 1 second. But yeah, you should look at. So
Wait,
okay.
wait, I'm not done, I'm not done. Wait, so my
Uh-huh.
rant was not over. uh So I was very angry that if such universities are taking people who are just sugarcoating things, and it is very evident that it is being sugarcoated, and all the things that are written is lie. So I don't want to go to such university. And that Ankita ma'am had the, now I'm going to take her leave. She had the audacity to to tell me that you will not get in because you don't have clarity and you don't have, like, you are into too many things at once. Isn't that a good thing? Isn't that something that will make me multidisciplinary in nature? And I do not want to stick to one very niche thing. I want to use all this experience to do what I want to do. And I told her what my plan is. Then she said, all of this is not useful. Then you go for MBA. And I was like, अरे मैम मुझे पढ़ना है, मेरे को पढ़ना अच्छा लगता है। और she said, why should I take you then? I am your PhD guide. Tell me why should I take you? I said, I have
Mm.
excellent academic records. I'm very conscientious. If I take up a task, I execute it, and I have a vision of what I want to do for my PhD. I want your guidance in it, and I think the research that I do will be helpful for people who are up and coming, who are youth of the society. And if we apply that intervention, hopefully they can live a better life. तो मेरे को कहती है आई एम नॉट कन्विंस्ड। ठीक है, फिर कहते हैं you can't just say whatever comes to your mind. Nowadays nobody uses psychodynamic therapy, nobody talks about Freud, every fucking body talks about Freud, if so many people use psychodynamic therapy, मतलब I wanted to refute so many things that she was saying, and it was coming out of ignorance and just like this fake sense of confidence. And then you know what happened? Fun, like how tables turn. She watched one of my reel of that suicide safety plan, and she commented safety plan on it to get the safety plan template that I was going to give. And वो मैंने ManyChat पे automate करके रखा है. So automatically she got the safety plan template. She engaged with the DMs that were being sent by
Right.
automation, and she got the safety plan template, and she didn't realize it was me. And then I texted her. I realized that she texted. So I texted her, good to see you, ma'am, on my page. I talked to you 1 hour ago. तो फिर कहते, oh, this is you. I said, yes, ma'am, it is me. This is what I'm doing. I didn't say this is what I'm doing, but and and you know what that Jaya girl wrote in her hobbies came first in meme making competition. That
Oh
is
my
the
God.
her
What?
her meme making and Psycho Didi comes in the same category according to this lady consultant.
Damn. This is
I'm very angry.
but okay. I'm sorry, I'm gonna play the devil's advocate a little bit, okay? Because I have had like a lot of my friends like get PhDs or apply for PhDs. Now you know more about psychology. I'm talking to you about like from a science field perspective, okay? Like like my boyfriend's doing his PhD, and he's helped write like his friends' SOPs for their PhD, and then another friend she did like a biotech PhD, and all of these. Actually, none of these people had like decent extracurriculars, to be very honest. Like they used to just do their subject, and they were very deep into that subject. And like they literally have like they have extracurriculars like sports and stuff. मतलब पर और कुछ नहीं था. तो मेरी एक friend थी, she used does rescues, like very active rescuer, has a great Instagram page. And you know what we've all heard is that US universities, Europe universities really like extracurriculars. So if you're doing this, that, it's good. But that's for post graduation and for graduation. That's not true for PhD. For
Arey, but
PhD,
I am saying that this business experience really would
so
help.
that woman is stupid because she is like underplayed. I don't know because of what reasons, but she's been obviously not objective. She has not even looked at your profile. She's not even actually analyzed it. What a good counselor would have done was tell you that, oh, this is amazing. Here's how we're going to leverage it, or here's how we are going to like talk about it so that it feels um as significant as it is. Here's how we're going to make it look not like a hobby and make it look like actual experience. Because सानिका कोई old professor या कोई layman अगर पढ़ेगा कि I have an Instagram account, they're going to not take you seriously because they just have that जो भी
Exactly. I
backward
know
thinking.
that.
So a
इसलिए
counselor needs to help you leverage this, which is a huge advantage. Obviously, psycho didi is like a huge thing.
एग्जैक्टली एंड आई नो दैट इंस्टाग्राम पहले नहीं लिखना होता है, इसलिए मैंने मेरे सीवी पे भी सबसे पहले सारा ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल बिजनेस स्टफ लिखा है. एंड में
Perfect,
मैंने
yeah.
मेरा एंगेजमेंट लिखा है. तो so that whoever reads understands that it is an organization instead of reading that it is
No,
a
but actually, you skip the Instagram bit, because
you no no listen, this is just like one thing that she said. उसके अलावा बहुत चीजें मैंने उसको बोला that a paper is in the publication. I
no, that woman is definitely like okay, not good at
But
doing.
okay, I am going to give you feedback. You do not play devil's advocate when somebody is ranting and is really angry about something. That is
Okay.
not a very emotionally nice thing to do.
No, but I'm saying that woman is not good. Like that woman, I agree with the woman part. Yeah, okay, I agree with you.
Yeah.
When you're done ranting and you want like a, because the goal is that you get in, no?
I don't even know now if I want to do. She
Of course,
really,
you want to get in just because this is one stupid person in one city in India who got in. You cannot rule out the university based on that. You have done your own research, which is why you wanted Penn State, right? You want to work on that person who works with grit and resilience, and you want to like do
now
all of that.
there are much more better opportunities. There is a PhD in business and psychology in Booth School in Chicago. That was also nice. That
So
was
you have done your research, trust your research just because two stupid people get in all the time everywhere. A lot of times. It is a part. You could look at CIP, no? Sorry.
But here people are less stupid, I feel. Like compared to that CV, I will reject that
Don't you think that CV is kind of smart because She's trying to not smart. I mean, she is like at least she can lie.
But it is very evident that it is a lie.
And the person who read that and could not tell her is stupid. But but I still feel like you shouldn't rule out your dream universities because of some stupid people get in. You are like a smart person, you can get in.
I
And there are going to be stupid people everywhere. Yeah. It's very annoying. Like in my field, I told you, like, okay, yesterday the post that triggered me was this really, really, really good nutritionist, I used to think. She put a photo of a tiger, okay? And she said that the tiger is thinking, as a speech bubble, that the tiger is thinking that, oh, I did not have a complete and balanced meal today. I should run to the store and get some zinc.
okay.
Like, so what she's saying, okay, so now a lot of these nutritionists, like I said, I recommend vitamin E or I recommend zinc or calcium, something that's lacking in the diet. By supplement de do. Now she's like, oh, but wild animals will never go to a store and buy supplement. Yes, because they do not understand the concept of science and requirement of nutrients. And they just hunt and they for days they don't eat. And obviously dogs are not like tigers. So why are you giving them medication? It is also not natural. Why are you taking them to the vet? It is not natural. Why are you giving them good मतलब कुछ हुआ तुम्हारे कुत्ते को तो तुम उनको अच्छे से दवाई antibiotics नहीं दोगे. It is not natural. In the wild the dog is not going to think, oh, I'm sick, I need to go to the vet. Then hypocritical. Anyway, yeah, so this was supposed to be a great person, right? And she posted this unbelievably stupid thing for her personal agenda. This is just a personal agenda, right? What nutritionally sound reason does she have to post this? And then I just lost respect for her, which is sad because if there are people you've looked up to and places you've looked up to, and then you just suddenly lose respect. What?
Yeah, lose respect, I was saying.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that that the field or everything is like a problem, right? That just means that that one person is there, and people like that. I mean, there are more people like that than like us, to be honest.
Yeah,
So
that is sad.
you look at your students, look at the people who message you on Instagram with random things, and look at like people who get into great universities. Look at people who get into universities because their parents are rich. Lots of factors. Mood of the person. Matlab, I just feel like you really can't doubt your research based on two stupid people getting in.
I am not doubting my research. I just like feel ki maybe this might not be the correct thing to do because there is so many options right now for me and money is not a thing, right? So I don't know. I don't want to commit to something which I have done out of hurry and then I have to stay committed to it for 5 years and then I will become an expert in something that I do not want to study in the first place.
That makes sense, yeah.
ये सब नहीं करना मेरे को फालतू
What
just
are you leaning towards right now? Like, what is your topic of PhD that you are interested in, Abhi?
अभी तो I am interested in positive psychology and
Means?
means helping people become like reach their best potential not the 0 to 1 kind of thing मतलब not helping people who are struggling to reach zero life कि just be bare minimum ऐसे help people with bare minimum life become better versions of themselves that
Like coaches and stuff.
yeah but coaching in a scientifically valid way. Um, that is what I'm trying to get into. But yeah, I'll do more certifications in positive psychology. Maybe I'll do certifications in positive psych interventions. Abhi, there is this really nice course coming up on neuroscience of positive psychology. I'll do that. And then I'll narrow down more and see what I can work on. I am also emailing a few people to help like to ask them to help me narrow my thing down. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll see if they respond and if I can do like a quick Zoom call with them. That will help. But I don't want to work with consultants now. I think they have their own agenda. And I think they are not used to people who have a divergent way of
Actually decent resume, yeah. I think they're used to making bad resumes look good. I think that is
yeah.
what the CV is, yeah.
And they want people who think in one way. Like they do not want people with divergent ways of thinking. Um, she literally had no idea about what an MPhil entails. I told her that it is of 2 years. After 1 year, it will get over. Then she said, and then posting. I said, posting. Then she said, yeah, your clinical rotation. You don't have clinical rotation. I said, MPhil is clinical rotation.
But she didn't know this.
She keeps boasting about how she's in Guwahati and she has seen LGBRM MPhil students वगैरह. तो फिर मैंने बोला MPhil is clinical rotation. So she said, yeah, what? And she uh, उसके अलावा the one thing that was so annoying was she kept calling CIP CPI, okay, and she kept calling NIMHANS NIHAMS, and it was so annoying.
Did you correct her?
And then she asked me, do you even have departments or you just work in psychiatry department? I then told her the name of 8 departments that we do clinical rotations in. And then whatever was impressive, she just kept saying, okay, okay, and then kept pushing it to the side.
But मतलब क्या हो गया उसको इतना प्रॉब्लम मतलब ठीक है मतलब what is this extending this whole thing like it's fine you what is her personal issue with you why
At
is she
the, at the end of it, she said, I only won't take you for consultation because you don't have any clarity and you have your hands in too many things at once. So, because you have that, I only won't take you. You need to narrow things down. And if I'm only narrowing down, I'm only making my proposal, I will only make my CV, I will only talk to the
yeah
professor.
you
What?
help her narrow it down no like what is this stupid yeah so all of these things are meant for like average or below average students trying to get into a university that's better than them right or that's like a out of their league university, right? Like that's the whole point कि मतलब ये sugar coating सिखाएंगे और वो ये वो सिखाएंगे and
एनीवे बोलो अभी तुम्हारा गुड क्रेजी वीक के बारे में बोलो फिर वी विल गो इन 5 minutes.
dude I'm sleepy. I slept for like 3.5 hours. Not even that much. Come. I know I've been getting a lot of orders, which is nice. I think of it, this is like a repetitive theme. I'm really scared about scaling up. Like it's a great thing, but it's so scary because this is like a brick and mortar business, so it requires investments and it requires like a lot of ops management. So so the idea of we looked at a couple of places like for a factory setup, but the product market fit is just it's very like if I'm like taking investors and I'm taking money, then there's just like this whole new level of responsibility in addition to my clients and my staff, right? Like now I'm using somebody else's money basically. So that is like scary, but like a good scary that I'm thinking about scaling up. But I just get as a properly anxious and orders were coming in and I had an event on Sunday which was mid. Like again, these people are like they're gonna be 50 to 60 dogs. You get 50 to 60 meal samples for them. And I got 50 because I know people usually like over Joby and there were 12 dogs. But it's still fine because I didn't used to do events like this and now I'm like actively working on putting the word out and marketing and all of that. So yeah, I mean I went to the event, I showed up. I made I think 4 contacts, which I think I'm hoping at least like maybe one of them will get one meal dabba. But
Hmm.
this is how it works. Like there's a percentage, like you meet 100 people. This is a very low conversion business because there's a lot of competition. Um, so this is a low conversion but high retention business. So even if I manage to convert, like get 3 people subscribe to the meals, then they stay on for their dog's life. Like they don't really leave because the meals are good. But getting them to get subscribe is a
Big deal.
it takes months of do you have an email list?
No.
Are you going to make one?
I have a database of some 5,000 emails. I don't know what to do with that.
Like a newsletter or something?
I don't have the time.
Have one of your employees do it.
We'll have to hire somebody for it because everybody right now have their hands full. By the way, I posted a collaboration reel yesterday. It's a
The
research.
US one.
Uh,
I'll check. Are
Last time I had told
sorry.
about the collab that I
Yes. Oh, check our YouTube.
yes. Check our last video. There I talked about how I landed a collab with a US based company. And
Which is very, very cool.
yeah, they paid the money. Today only it came in PayPal. So, and I set up my
Nice.
PayPal account and I did KYC for that. And it was so new. I was watching YouTube videos about how to set up a PayPal account.
That's very cool.
Yeah,
Hey, your course are hosted on, sorry, what platform? I think I've asked you like 6 times, but
Trainer Central.
Trainer Central. And it's like giving you good experience.
No, I am trying to build our own platform. Like, like Psycho Didi ka an academy. That kind of thing.
But oh, are you using like a Udemy or an Academy thing already, or you're building your own website now?
Building own portal only. Website though is there. It is not launched yet, but that is made. But portal also we are making for. Matlab, the thing only will have storage. It will only have live streaming. It will only have all of.
Oh, nice, nice. Very cool. I'm thinking of getting Kajabi only again. What are your problems with Trainer Central?
They're giving some tech issues. Like when the number of students increase by a lot now, they are giving tech issues. Now the number of students that are enrolled in any course in Trainer Central, they are close to 1,500. तो अभी बहुत इशू हो रहा है. अगर 1,500 में से 200 लोग भी एक टाइम पे वेबसाइट खोलते हैं और एक्सेस करते हैं ना, तो फिर वो वेबसाइट डाउन हो जाती है और उनके पास उतना बैंडविड्थ नहीं है मेरा वेबसाइट का अ, लोग बढ़ाने के लिए, मतलब टू मेक श्योर दैट इट डज नॉट गो डाउन
Got it, got it.
देन 200 people.
So who's making? You've hired people already to make your portal,
Yeah.
like web designers, like things like that.
One guy is web designer, another guy is coder. Both of them are a team, like
Another guy is what?
coder, developer.
Ah, but you've hired them full time or like
No,
freelancing
no,
projects.
they are freelance
These are also kids.
kids.
Really?
Yes, everybody is a kid, but they are charging good amount of money. But
But how are these freelancers kids? Like they've made websites before?
yeah, yeah.
Oh wow.
They sent me their portfolio also. It was very impressive. I gave it. There one is 18-year-old and one is 19-year-old.
The kids who are making your portal?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow. How did you find them?
They found me. They kept DMing me like 10 times.
Wow, that is so cool.
Oh.
18 and 19, that's really cool. I mean, I'm hoping it's cool.
You were 19 when you started things. 18
Yeah,
actually.
but I was, no,
Oh.
I was 18 when I started the rescue. Yeah, I was 18 when I started the rescue. I'm so sleepy. Are you going to, you have a class now, Abhi?
Yes, I'm going to go. It is 8:21. Okay.
It is
Bye-bye.
what? Oh
8:20.
shit. This was like this was a long episode.
Chalo.
But
Bye-bye.
this was not as like, I would say, like as a scandalous or interesting ऐसा मतलब जैसा ऐसा controversial.
Yeah. It's okay. I always told you that it is about us talking. if something viral comes out of it, ठीक है. Doesn't
No,
come
not
out.
viral. I meant like not viral. As compared to like our previous episodes, I meant.
Mm. But we already have 50 subscribers.
That's very cool. I'm sorry, I haven't checked, but have you uploaded the audios? Okay. So that when you get the time, can I can't do that. No, you don't have to do it on Drive.
Can you what?
I can't do it on Drive, no, because it's your Zoom.
I will do it on.
Whenever you get time, aram se, I will start it. I will start the Spotify thing.
Okay. Bye
Bye.
bye
See you next
guys.
Tuesday.
Bye bye guys.
Bye bye.